another night. Had a bit of a problem this evening. Streamlabs doesn't appear to be working. Who knew? I tried to log into it several times, but it wasn't having any of it. So I've had to rely on the native YouTube live stream software this evening as a get by, and we'll see why Streamlabs is misbehaving. But there you go. It's been a hell of a day today. I had a busy day this morning. Had a couple of airport runs in, but the problem is, I don't know if you saw the video I put on earlier. I've got a crack in my windscreen about that long. It's terrible. Hello, Healing Vibrations. Good to see you in the chat, and welcome. You're the first one in. Lorna McKenzie as well. Good to see you. And who have we got here? Sandy Pollard. Good to see you as well. And welcome everybody. Tracy Regan, hello to you. Excellent to see you. Yes, I don't know if anybody has windscreen cover with their insurance policies, but there's one called auto windscreen repair or something like that, which is what my company insists on using to repair the windscreens. And to say they are useless is an understatement. It really is bad. It's, I reported the problem at about 12 o'clock this afternoon, and I got back in about 5 o'clock, no call. And when I chased it up, they were shut. Absolutely unbelievable, really. But there you go. Healing Vibrations has just rejoined the YouTube family membership. That's great. Thank you very much. Let's see the other hellos we have in here, shall we? So Tracy was said hello to. Jane Griffiths, hello to you. John H, good evening to you. Stephen, is that Omers? Hello to you. It's a bit difficult to read with this YouTube thing. Julie Keys, Sandy Pollard, yes, RIP.Cotton. I couldn't believe that this morning. I thought she'd go on forever. Alan Edge, hey up Andy, and all in chat, how's your crack? Yes, that's not the kind of crack habit I like, unfortunately. Sophia Green, good to see you. Cosmic War Toad as well. Jason Drury, not seen you for a while, and hope you're well and everything's all right with you and your parents. Louise Bunting, hello to you. Claim loss of earnings, Andy. Yes, I'm very tempted because I had a job tonight at I think it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I can't do it now because I can't drive this car. It's literally right in my field of view. It's not a good thing at all. Not a good thing. Who else have we got? Jerry Georgopoulos, hello to you. Good to see you. Who else have we got? Healing Vibrations. Just had a long day. Yeah, I know what you mean. Everyone an early, happy and blessed. Yeah, you know, I put about Dot Cotton earlier. Now I read a funny one. It was from John Altman, who played Nasty Nick, her son, and he said that she smoked at least 10 fags a day for at least 70 years, and the doctors told her to carry on, even though she wanted to stop. They said, no, carry on, please do. It's amazing, isn't it? Smoke like a trooper and you live to 95. It's it's a bit of an eye-opener, isn't it, really? But let's see who else we've got in here. Healing Vibrations again, Lorna, Sandy. Yes, we're all good. The little video I did about June Brown earlier, there was some lovely comments, including some people that had met her. I never had the pleasure. I just saw interviews over the years on the TV, and they all said what a lovely lady she was, and one of the last of the true actresses, really, a proper, stage actress, the likes of which you don't really come across these days. And apparently, so I was reading, Dirty Den, Leslie Grantham actually suggested her for the part, which was something as well. Hi, Neats, good to see you as well. John H, I bet you can't wait for summer and the lighter nights. No door opening. What, like this? Shut that door. Where would my live streams be without shut that door? Get some Coke in a Heineken pint glass. Oh, don't tempt me. I've got a can on the go here. Yeah, who watches EastEnders now anyway? Absolutely Cosmic War Toad. I agree with that. It's crap. I can't stand it anymore. I haven't watched it for years, but you know, back in the old days, it was all right. Way back when. Doc Cotton's up there with Nasty Nick now, or maybe not, as Nick's down below. Yeah, he'd gone straight to hell, didn't he? Where some other people may be headed. I met a lot of EastEnders cast 20 years ago, and Dot was as she was. That's Sandy Pollard says that. I always remember there's, I think it's Fleet Services on the M3 in the direction of Southampton, and you've got the old bridge over there connecting the two bits. So I think they did something down there many years ago as well. At least it, you know, looks familiar to me. Last time I watched EastEnders, Grant and Phil were still in it. It's Christine Nash, yeah. Well, they come back and forward every now and again. They do. Hi again, my friend. Hope you had a nice day. That's Christine Nash to Lorna Mackenzie. That's cool. I bought 6 large bottles of cola. Healing Vibration says we just get the can packs. They seem to do the job. Andy, you can't drive with that windscreen crack. You're losing money. That's right, Jerry. I can't. What happened earlier, I went up to Heathrow and I dropped someone off up there and then come down to Gatwick to pick somebody up from down at Gatwick, funny enough. And I didn't notice anything wrong. And when I got back in the car, I looked, I thought, oh, and I must have had a stone chip just out of my field of view because I ended up with a crack about that big. And I thought, well, I could drive home on this. I could. And I thought, let's do this. So what I decided to do was drive home. And as I was driving along, I saw this crack just get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I'm not kidding. It's probably that long now. And probably right in my field of view as well. So it's not too clever. Let's see if I can swap the camera around, actually. And it's not behaving. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, you can't really see it because it's dark. And it kind of blocks it out. So you ain't going to see that one, but trust me, it's a big one. Yeah, I reported it about lunchtime, and I got told I'd get a call and a text message and everything else, and all of that never came. And when I chased it up, they'd all gone home for the day. So I had to get 130 quid's worth of work covered this evening, so I'm out of pocket by that. And the excess as well I had to pay, which is 100 quid these days for a new windscreen. I wasn't very amused, as you can imagine, but there you go. There you go. Where are we? BBC are crap now. In fact, all TV is. I'm with you there, Louise. I barely watch it now, apart from just the news bits and pieces I need to. Haven't watched it for years. How are your family doing? Healing Vibration says, well, I'm just getting rid of the Kung flu. My wife's come down with something. She's coughing and spluttering everywhere. And Jack's had a cough for quite a while. And we've got to get him in the doctors because we think he needs some of that nuclear-coloured yellow amoxicillin stuff, possibly an infection of some description. But so we're all, Tom Micking one way or another. The only healthy one is my teenage son, who's currently out down the snooker club, and he's getting quite handy with that. But yeah, apart from illnesses, we're doing all right. I felt a bit crap earlier and had to go back to bed. I'll be honest with you. It comes up and down. Kevin Macy, you can't beat Roller Cola. God, I haven't heard that one for a while. I have not. Julie Baldwin, Channel 4 is getting privatised. Bidding starts next spring. I reckon a bunch of us sensible people should put in a bid. Let's crowdfund something, shall we? Nah, let's not. Sharon Shooter, hello. Good to see you. You're not too late. We've been here about 10 minutes. That's fine. Neats, my insurance does cover the cost, but I have to pay an excess. The first £100 of it. And the windscreen in here is one of those heated kinds where I push a button on the thing and it heats it up and get rid of all the mist. I wouldn't want to try that with everything that's going on though. It would probably make it crack. Factual Breakdown, good to see you, my friend. Popped in the chat now. That's another one of the mods in here. Jerry Georgopoulos, yes, I very much suspect so. Where are we? Andy, did you hear 40 vehicles were set on fire in Bristol on Saturday night? I did read something about it. I knew something was kicking off up there big time. But I didn't know the full specifics, to be honest with you. Lorna McKenzie, hello, Factual Breakdown, yay. I'm more worried about Russia at the moment, as don't want to scare you, but I had a dream I saw nukes going off outside my window. And my dreams have a bad habit of coming true. A nightmare is what it was. It's funny you should say that, Christine. I had the same dream. And what you need to do when you get dreams you can't make sense of is Google them. And you'll be surprised at what a nuclear blast actually represents in your dreams. It apparently represents something quite drastic is going to change in your life, or you're worried about events in your life. That's what it comes across as when you actually look into it, because it scared me as well. It was quite a vivid dream, and I don't often have them, so it kind of jumped out. Andy, have a grin at the email I sent you. All right, Alan, cheers, I will do. Are you Jack Gifford's dad? Who's that? Aslan Gertikin. Oh, I recognise that last name. Yes, I am Jack Gifford's dad. And stop spamming my chat, otherwise you will be out of here. That's for sure. But as you're known to me, I will let you get away with it. But you've been warned. And I've just noticed that one of my mods has deleted your spamming. Factual Breakdown, that's actually a friend of my son's. But obviously, if we can keep the spamming down to a minimum, that'll be good. Stephen Owens had to pay 250 quid to Auto Glass to put a new side window in my Fiesta, as it was slightly tinted. I'll tell you what, they've got on something, haven't they? Yazin Guns, I am Aslan's brother. Yazin, you're here as well, are you? God, Jesus. Wait till I tell Jack. I've got them all in. Yazin is my son's friend as well. They like watching Andy the Gabby Cabby. Yeah, cheers, Factual Breakdown. We need to keep on top of that. It's not good for everybody else. Trump 2024, let's hope so. Did you see the latest gaffe that Biden made? I've got to put a thing on about it, where he said he was talking about Jill, wasn't he? And then he said about Michelle Obama when she was vice president. And he looks like he thinks he knows what he's talking about, and it was total shite. I thought, oh my God, why is this guy still here? My Shannon Lee watches Andy too. Love it. I love my stateside fans as well. Everybody, this is Andy the Gabby Cabby and his daily chat from his car. His horse daily chat from his car. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button, if you will. I would appreciate that. And if you're new here and just started watching the channel, please subscribe, because as my voice comes back to me, I will do more and more and more and get back up to where we should be. And let's see if we can get 50 likes off of the ones we've got. He's seriously after a dish out the dirt on Biden. I see what you mean, Christine. Different Ringo, you seem to have a wheeze, Andy. Yes, I do. I do have a wee wheeze. It's funny. Earlier on, hello, Matt Walton. Good to see you. Earlier on, it was shut that door. It was going, and it seems to get worse at night time. And I was going to have a few whiskies this evening, actually, but the problem is I've got to be somewhere early in the morning. I've got an appointment in town, which I already had to postpone from last week, and I've got to go. So I may have them whiskies tomorrow, which would be cool. Senator Ann Paul, who's a physician, issued a dire warning about Biden's cognitive decline. It's crazy factual. Yeah, you know, during the elections and everything else, it was, you know, we got to get rid of Trump. We got to get rid of Trump. And they were all like it. They were all, you know, all over it. And now, yeah, they're like, oh my God, what's Biden doing? Let's get rid of Biden. Let's do away with Biden. It's crazy, crazy territory. And they brought it on themselves. I mean, what worries me as well at the moment is all the pandering with certain journalists, Morgan, who insist on the fact that we intervene in Ukraine. Maybe we might have to sooner or later, but you see all these pictures of dead civilians and, you know, all this other stuff coming up. The world has gone completely potty, in my view. Absolutely potty. Get rid of Biden. Get the cackling Harris, who isn't very smart. Yes. Putin has thyroid cancer specialists with him at all times. I read that, Lorna. I read that. I know people with thyroid problems, and it can have quite an effect on, you know, the way you are and what you think and everything else. Yes, Clara, I'm afraid I am. Hello, PJ Mosley. Where are we? Are you live here live, Andy, or have I missed you some nights? No, I'm here, PJ Mosley. You got me. Well, Biden has not stuck to his guns and said Putin is a war criminal, and also it was the Azov battalion. Well, politicians change with the wind, don't they? This is the thing. Hi, car glass is very pricey. A few years ago, I had to have a screen on an Ago. 250 quid was high, so found out the actual cost 1,700 quid. Hope yours was resolved okay. Well, I've paid the excess. I found it unusual that I had to pay the excess before the glass came, because usually you pay the technician when they fit it. But this time round, it didn't happen like that. I had to pay the excess in advance, but I'm all right with it because it's an insurance company that I've used for donkey's years and I trust them. So, you know, hopefully things will work out all right in the end. But a bit like using the native YouTube live stream, it doesn't seem to be too bad at the moment. Where are we? Yazin, what's your favourite film? I've got lots of favourite films, Yazin. Elon Musk has bought into Twitter. Yeah, I saw that. He's bought quite a big chunk of it, hasn't he? I mean, I'll be interested to see how that affects their ability to be lefty and censor things. That will be very interesting indeed. I mean, there's so many warnings on things, isn't there, that there doesn't need to be warnings on. It's crazy, and we'll see if he has any genuine hold over Twitter and he's able to do anything with it. Sky News Australia has been correctly calling for the invocation of the 25th Amendment to force him out. Yes, Sky News Australia is one outlet I really enjoy. They certainly say it how it is. Hi, Mum. See you in the chat. Good to see you. Matt Walton, my great aunt, has thyroid problems. Won't say the name of it because it's a slur word now, but she has a few mental issues when it flares up. Funny you should say that, Matt. I mean, I've said it before and I'll say it quite openly. I don't actually have a thyroid. I had mine removed probably about 7 years ago now. I had to have 2 operations, one part out and then the other part out. And I have to take thyroxine every day. And one of the things that the thyroid or the thyroxine controls is what goes on up here, your emotions and your cognitive abilities. And I had a very busy amount of time with work, and it was literally get up, go to work, get up, go. And I started forgetting certain things. And then I found I was getting depressed. And I felt down in the dumps and couldn't move my arse. And I thought, what? Yeah. And then I suddenly realised I hadn't taken my thyroxine in days. And I thought, oh my God. So I started taking my medication again. And right as rain, it's amazing how much that little butterfly-shaped gland in your neck actually rules your life. It's crazy. Hi, Mad Spaniel. Good to see you. You're not too bad. You're here. That's the main thing. And everybody else who's just joined us, this is Andy the Gabby Cabby's Daily Chat on YouTube. I've been here for where are we? 21 minutes so far. If you haven't done so already, please hit the like button if you've just arrived, or if you've been here for a while and not done it, do that. And that'll be cool. And also, if you're a new watcher to the channel, we're going to start getting the videos going again over the course of the next week or so. I've got old Raffy in the background bollocking me on a daily basis, saying, you need to do work, you need to do work. Well, yes, I do need to do work, but I need a voice so I can talk the talk. And we'll get that up and running again too. But seriously, I do very much appreciate all your support, all the channel members, all the subscribers, and every one of you that come on and contribute to everything. It's wonderful. And I've got somebody there trying to get my attention, Civi's World, with a big hello. So I'll throw that one right back at you. Good to see you in the chat. We've got another couple of new names in here as well. Well, not new names, but new tonight. Tiggity Boo, one of our regulars. Great to see you. Pleased you're feeling better. I'm doing all right, Tiggity Boo. I'm doing all right. It's just the old voice comes and goes. It's crazy. It's the shifts, Andy. They mess around with my sleeping patterns. If patterns is the right word for falling asleep at your computer. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Zulu, good to see you. Just see your comment there. Hope you're all right and you're all well, and thank you for your wishes. Philip Davis, how much for the new windscreen? I did it through the insurance excess, so I just had to pay £100, and I'm still waiting. Hopefully, it's going to be okay. Tomorrow we'll get an appointment, get it sorted out and get me back on the road. Jean Whitehead, my mother, says Duty Ron has just said to say hi to me. Hi Duty Ron, good to hear from you. All the best, my friend. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to Duty Ron, all things true crime related. Him and Bill Cannon and Phil Grimaldi do a brilliant job. And there was a case yesterday where unfortunately the young lady's body was found in a shallow grave in a barn in Alabama, and they're covering that. Very, very informative. And I mentioned that in passing yesterday. Cassie Carley went to get her daughter back from her ex, and unfortunately she disappeared, and we know the rest. Yes, apparently so, Factual. I'm not quite sure when, but apparently so. We will see. But the year is young, as they say. The year is young. Or thanks, Factual Breakdown. I missed what you said there, but probably your usual helpful self. Who thinks Mr. Pookin is out of control? I'm not sure he's out of control. I think he's... that's the way he's been made to be, seen by the media. I think more he's... did you see the 2 Ukrainian soldiers open a bomb? No, I didn't, Civi. No, I didn't. I think more he's gone into a situation which he thought would be a cakewalk because of the intelligence he was provided with and the way things looked. and it's been a complete and utter clusterfuck for the Russians. And he's got to find a way out of it without while saving face. It's as simple as that. And there's retreats, there's apparent massacres going on, which is absolutely horrific, some of the stuff I've seen. And it paints a very, very ugly picture. But what always concerns me with the whole affair is miscalculation. There's always that fear of miscalculation, and a lot of it is drawn out by the media with very incendiary remarks that people make, very incendiary pictures that people put on. It's not great. But sometimes you have to wonder who the good guys are anymore. As all I will say, it's got me thinking a lot. Stephen Owens, what we got there? Shut that door. I think someone will turn on Putin. Yeah, I think that will happen eventually if Russia's, made to suffer any more than they have been. Simple way out: Putin drops a load of nukes on Ukraine, then says to NATO, "What are you going to do about it?" Yeah. Well, he wants that buffer zone, doesn't he? Do about it as this is a man who always gets what he wants. That's why I worry what he'll do next. Yeah, he wants that buffer zone, doesn't he, between NATO and him, and whether that's an inhabited buffer zone or a no-go zone entirely, we yet to find out. But I'm not sure what the consequences of that action would be, to be honest with you. I really don't. PJ Mosley, I tend to agree with you. I think the Mr. Urban is fiddling his way to the top somehow. Andrew McMillan, please have chicken and vegetable soup homemade. It will help you. Thanks for that, Andrew. I think I've got some of that in the cupboard, actually. And I know that chicken broth can be very good as well. When you're ill, it's got a load of stuff to it, hasn't it? Mad Spaniel, the creep who killed that woman, was in Florida. He drove through Alabama, buried her, and was caught in Tennessee. That's the one, Fatchel. That's the one. Absolute scumbag. I think the sheriff who gave the press conference called him a dirtbag as well. Gary Reynolds, hello, Uncle Gary. Good to see you. Dennis Kearney, evening all. The Irish media are gone all out on the Russia shite. Yeah, I bet they have. We had those Russian ships just sat off the coast of Ireland for a while, didn't we, in the international waters? So we're going to be doing live fire exercises or something, but I never heard anything more about that. Ukraine is actually part of Russia and not a sovereign nation. Sent you the video of the Ukrainian soldier opening the bomb, handy to Gabby Cabby. All right, I'll have a look at that when I go in. I make the best Jewish penicillin. I'm allergic to penicillin, Fatchel, unless it's a particular special kind with your own hand. You'll have to tell me about it. If you are fighting because of a paycheck, it's a day job. If you're fighting for your woman, child, and home, it makes you more determined. Yes, absolutely. Who we got here? Catherine Reynolds, why do you say that? Gina smiles from my mum. How many seats are in your car? Emra asks. I've got 9. I've got the one I'm sitting on, 2 there, and 6 behind me. And I can take me and 8 passengers. John Gray, has anyone noticed that the sauce in Heinz spaghetti is thicker? I haven't had spaghetti out of a tin for a long time, you know. Blood Nose, John Harris, Truth, Dennis Kearney. What about the Russian speakers being killed in Ukraine? Any truth to it? I've not looked into that one, I have to admit. Laugh out loud, Danny. That's another term for chicken soup. Okay. Yes, I can do with some of that, definitely. Yes, Emra, that's a lot of people. I was watching something interesting. Apparently the skull the Russians had that was supposed to be Hitler's actually belonged to a 33-year-old Eva Braun seems Hitler escaped. I've heard that one before. I have. I think they were allowed to do an examination on it, weren't they? Or at least get access to it, and it was found out then. I see the likes of British Airways and EasyJet are cancelling flights due to a so-called increase in Kung flu. Are we heading for another amount of restrictions in travelling? Who knows there, Zulu, but I think a lot of it is staffing levels. And I actually read earlier as well that I think British Airways were overcharging for their flights to certain destinations. I think they're trying to discourage people from, actually going places, because it'd save them cancelling then and looking bad, was the idea. Or so I read. Zelensky failed to prevent the war, knowing all along that Putin wanted, being no NATO membership, independence of Donetsk, Crimea for Ukraine. This is the only way to end the war. Yes. Well, will that happen? We will see. Right, we're at 30 minutes, folks. Thank you for those of you that have joined us. This is the Daily Chat with Andy the Gabby Cabby. Rest in peace, Dorothy Cotton. God bless her, June Brown, 95. Like I said at the beginning, how can you smoke like a trooper for years and live to the age of 95? Makes you wonder about the things we're being told every day, doesn't it? Very, very lucky. If you haven't done so already, please smash that like button for me if you're here and you've just joined the chat. And also, if you're a new watcher to the channel as well, please consider subscribing. And I see we have just hit 100 likes, so that's excellent. Thank you very much, everybody. I appreciate it. Where are we? Russian foreign nationals being asked to go back to Russia. I can't guarantee that anybody not complying will be kidnapped and forcibly taken back. Yeah, they don't piss about, do they? Do, or we will make you. Hello, Chrissy Williams. Good to see you in the chat there. By all, I will watch your live stream tomorrow. See you later, Amra, and take that to Yazim with you. I've not seen him on here in a while. John, I got an item in the basket on Amazon, checked on it today, and it has gone up by £8. What was that then? That seems like an awful lot. Like button, easy to forget, isn't it? Hit it. Well, we just do this, don't we? Easy peasy. Stephen Owens, bye Andy, stay safe. See you later, good to see you. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was lovely to get wash, cut and blow dry. Need to get my nails done next, then brows, lashes, etc. Oh dear, that sounds like too much hard work. Yeah, smoking is bad. Factual breakdown, I agree. I started smoking when I was 13 and quit when I was 32. And I haven't smoked since. It does take a bit of time to give up. Jane Griffiths, that movie Boys from Brazil seems to have been factual. Sorry, all parents are cracking my head open. Never had them get this chummy in years. Lorna McKenzie, hi Chrissy. Who's this? Putin Z Russia. A big congratulations to Hungarians and Viktor Orban for electing a leader who values his people against the anti-democratic EU, NWO and woke agendas. Big muscles and happy faces. Well, there you go. There you have it. Have a good night all, and Andy. Yeah, you too, Neats. It was a bug out bag. Depends what you. Yeah, that's true, John Gray. Depends what you're smoking. Evening and hello, Andy. That's Dave Bryan. Good to see you in the chat. It's you. I wondered when you would turn up. Tsar of Russia, laugh out loud. Who do you think's going to win the war, Russia or Ukraine? I don't know. Civvies. Well, I really don't know. I think somebody is going to end up withdrawing. But, you know, I really don't know. I suddenly looked then, because we're talking about Russia, and I just saw a load of flashes over the top of my house. I wonder what the hell it was. I don't know whether we got any storm weather or anything coming in, maybe. I haven't got a clue. Everyone in charge, what you get away with. Who else we got? I never tried a tobacco cigarette in my life, but my friend Mary Ann smokes like a chimney. Yeah. Well, I've tried the tobacco cigarettes, and I might have diversified a little into other things in my youth. Not that I'm going to say anything about that on here, but there you go. And that was an experience, I can tell you. I remember my dad, the police officer, coming up to our corridor where we all lived, breathing through his nostrils, looking at me and saying, I know what you've been doing. So expensive, I have to pay £100 to get microblading done. Yeah, my wife tried microblading. I'm not sure she got on with it. I'm not even sure I understand what it is, to be honest. No, it won't be a winner except the cockroaches. Yeah, and Perry, sorry for being late, but my son made a huge surprise. He managed to come home after 2 years abroad. I'm thrilled. Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful. I bet you were absolutely thrilled. I mean, I've done a little bit of work with that lately, where people have come back here to see their parents, and they've not seen them in a couple of years, and it's nice to see the family reactions. Sharon Shooter, it could be E.T. I'll look for the bike over the moon. Imagine World War III breaks out on Daily Chat with Andy. Yeah, I tell you, Christine, have a look about the meaning of dreams, the one that you said about earlier, because as I said, I had the same dream. Putin versus the deep state. Putin did not sell out his country, but it seems UK are now, yeah. I mean, this was the thing as well, wasn't it? Get rid of Trump so they can have their way with the US. It's all falling into place. It really is. Everything is a show now. You're absolutely right. Rafi, hello. Good to see you, my friend. I'm all right. Feeling better. Just a bit of the old raspberry throat, as you say. I had a problem with Streamlabs this evening. It didn't seem to want to work. I don't know whether that's a Google update gone wrong or something else, but I'll have a look at that later. But yeah, I mean, the beauty is we've got this native YouTube live stream, and you know, we can get working with that. Okay, so not too bad. Lorna McKenzie, apparently we'll be seeing more of him with her. I cannot stand the smell of smoke or alcohol on people's breaths. That's Big Joy. I tell you what, I cannot stand the smell of cigarettes, but one thing I do like is a cigar, and the reason is that's the last thing I ever smoked. I got the biggest, fattest cigar I could get my hands on and smoked that, and I don't mind the smell of that now. I love my hot sauce as well. It's Matt Walton. It perks up. Oh yeah, I like hot sauce, definitely. Okay, bed for me within 20 minutes. Family here tomorrow. That's Healing Vibrations. I have actually witnessed a small nuke type explosion. Anyone remember where Buntsfield Fuel Depot exploded? I lived 5 miles away in Chesham, and good Lord, it was bad, like a volcano going off. Very vaguely, I remember that, very vaguely. Nasty habit. My friend couldn't find a boyfriend because of it. I would not date a man who smoked. Where I used to live in my old flat, or my apartment, as you Americans say, factual breakdown, I used to sit on my computer and I'd have my ashtray there, and I'd be on the old tippy-tappy, and I'd be smoking away. And above me, there'd be a big yellow stain on the white ceiling, and you know, you wonder what's actually going inside, if that's doing actually a paintwork. But you are right, it's not a great habit at all. Not a great habit. 1100% increase in US military personnel deaths in 2021. HIV protein was added to the jab to disable the immune system. They predict that Jesus. The volunteers and conscripts doing the fighting, and the support personnel win the war, not the politicians. Every time the politicians never lose, do they? My dad used to smoke all the time, and the ceiling had turned yellow, just like Andy said. It was awful. Yeah. My grandfather, Gene Whitehead's father, used to like rolling tobacco, rolling his own, and he used to puff away at them, and up they come. And I could never get the hang of them, rolling your own. So I just stick to what we call tailor-mades, but even better now, I don't smoke at all, and looking at the prices of them. Andy, what would you do if they started to ration fuel? John Harris says. I saw a thing about this the other day. Well, I say the other day, it was a good couple of weeks ago, but they mentioned that in the paper as being a possibility, and I thought, will you lot fuck off? It's, they were trying to panic us into running out of fuel, I think, and the answer to the question, what I would do, I would keep going as long as I could. What else could I do? For example, when we had the last one, I just filled up at motorway service stops. They seemed to be the places we could get the fuel, and I just adapted. It's crazy. Why am I seeing ads on your channel, Andy? Are you defunded? No. I'm not defunded, or not that I've been told. I'm making money, as you do. I've got to try and be active again, otherwise they might get the hump with me. I had an uncle who rolled his own tobacco cigarettes. Yes, Uncle Gary, that's right. And what happened to him, Andy? Yes. Well, my grandfather, bless him, died of cancer in 1990. It kind of ended up here at first, and he had to have his voice box taken out, and he had a plastic tube stuck in there, and he had to cover that up so he could talk. And a couple of times he'd sneeze, and my uncle remembered this. The plastic tube had come out and shoot across the room. And it was funny at the time, but not funny for him. Honest, I'm peed off with the government telling us what to do. It's not democracy, it's dictatorship. But watch car throttle. I ran an old taxi cab from 2003 on cooking oil and saved 35 quid on a tank. Yeah. With my grandfather, I remember the old talking, but it spread in the end, and that was a long time ago. I mean, 1990, I was 12 years old in 1990, but I remember it. We were there. My friend Debbie is adamant that she wants to find me a boyfriend, but I'm not really into guys yet. Maybe the hormones might change me when I'm further along. Well, see how you go. There's no rush or anything, is there, Christine? A man in our town has had that done, Andy, and he never smoked. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't necessarily hold true that you smoke and it happens, but that's what happened to my granddad. I mean, Val Kilmer. We got the Top Gun film coming out soon. And apparently Val Kilmer's in it, and he's got the old throat thing, hasn't he? And there's that clever system where they've managed to get snippets of his previous films and reconstruct his voice, to a degree, so he can at least communicate, which is very clever and something we didn't have all those years ago. Jack Hawkins had the same problem. My dad worked 50 years in an asbestos factory. It took 3 days to cremate him. Bloody hell. I've got years yet, hopefully. I used to do snus. Yeah, I did snus for a while, John Gray. We knew someone from Sweden. He used to bring me snus over in the big, circular pouches like that, and a big tube of them. He used to bring them over, and I used to hide them in my sock drawer so my mother wouldn't find them. It's all coming out now, isn't it? I had a school secretary who had to have their voice box removed for smoking. I remember a guy called Bobby the Brain Heenan. He used to manage Andre the Giant, and his face was destroyed by cancer. It was awful. It just eats away at you, doesn't it? Once it takes hold, it just eats away at you. And there's nothing anyone can do about it once it's got that far. People try to live a healthy lifestyle should think about the footballer that had a heart attack on the field, and then think about Ozzy Osbourne and Keith Richards, etc. Yeah, now I mean that's the point I was trying to make earlier. It's incredible how that goes. You spend all this time looking after yourself, and then you see examples, don't you, of other people over time. It's mad. Is there really a hard and fast rule to it all? Or is it just pot luck? Do we meet our maker at the right time? Who knows? I can still watch RT on Rumble. You get more balanced information there. Yeah, is RT's actual website still live? That's what I'd like to know. Can we access it in the UK? I could last time I checked, but not so sure now. Hang on a minute. Shut the door. Yes, Putin Z is English, just not brainwashed by the MSN. Wait until you're ready. You have your life ahead of you. Absolutely. I never knew that about Jack Hawkins. You can still watch George Galloway. A few times at the beach, I found packs of cigarettes. Win-win for me when I was 17 and I smoked. Yeah, I remember when they were a couple of quid for 20. And they've certainly gone up now. I mean, what are they? 10, 15 quid a pack in some cases for 20 smokes. I'd rather roll up £10 notes. It just shows you. Christine Ayres, hopefully the pieces will fit into place. That happened to a friend of mine. Cancer took his face. He died at 31, and his nickname was Puff because he was always smoking. I remember the brain. Oh, Jesus. Hopefully the pieces will all fit in. Absolutely. Well, it all comes good in the end, doesn't it? This is the thing. Listen, folks. This is Andy the Gabby Cabby's daily chat. Welcome if you've just joined us. It's just one of our daily gassing sessions as you do. Hello, Judy team. Good to see you. I noticed the comments. You've missed the last couple. If you haven't done so already, please give the like button a hit and help the algorithm find the chat and the channel. We need to get it going again. And if you haven't done so already and you're a new person to the channel, please make sure you subscribe as well. That's what it's all about. You will get there, tip my friend for 5 years to okay. George Soros funds and the like. He also supports Ukraine. Very strange. Yeah, anywhere where he throws his money, there's something odd going on, I think. My husband has just got home feeling ill. I think he's got the unmentionable. I'm the only one who hasn't caught it in my family. The only one unvaxxed. Yes, I'm starting to see a pattern with that one, most definitely. Hardly surprising he didn't find smoking much of a threat after being shot in the war. Awesome. Air Zulu, Lord Jack had his voice box removed. Yeah, you're talking about Jack, aren't you? Look at Elon Musk. Or Elon Musk, yeah. I want to read more into this whole Twitter thing that he's done, where he's bought a load of shares. It'll be interesting to see the effect. I mean, Elon Musk seems to be very influential, doesn't he? Where he throws his money at something, it seems to have an effect. I mean, I remember the cryptocurrency Dogecoin, where he started talking that up. I bought some at a very, very cheap rate because I wanted to see what happened, and it skyrocketed. I had a few pennies worth, and then all of a sudden it was somewhere around £1,000. But I think I cashed in at about 700 and something by the time I worked out how to sell the things. Where are we? Hello, Lorna. I personally think our DNA plays a big part in how long we have. Very true. There's a lot to be said for our upbringing and everything, isn't there? I'm not vaxxed, but everyone I know who's had it has all been jib jabbed. Yeah, I'm seeing that more and more and more and more lately. It's certainly makes you think twice about what you've been doing. It's call it an eye opener. Andy, remember you said about taking that lady who had infected blood transfusion to the hospital? I remember that. I saw her the other day. Well, 2 weeks ago. I had to take her for a regular checkup. Garlic, honey, ginger is great, and chilies are great. Yeah, I feel like having something very hot and very spicy. That sounds really good. Throw me on the naughty step. That's Michael Castrian. You're a latecomer. How dare you? John Harris, my friend who is a jockey, ill at the moment. Apparently he's in a stable condition. Oh, God. Blood nose, Vindaloo. Yeah, that was always a very good cure. That was very good cure. Right, folks, we're at 50 minutes, so I think I'm going to call it a day today. My old voice is starting to fail on me a bit, so I'm going to go indoors. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming along and supporting the chat as always. It is just literally a bit of the old bunny, isn't it? Nothing too major. We just talk about what we want to talk about, and see you all next time. Remember, if you haven't done so already, please hit the like button on the way out, and please subscribe to the channel as well. If you are of mind and want one, we do have merch. We have cups and things with my boat race on the side of them. And what else? We have YouTube channel memberships, £1 a month, just a token thing if you want to support the channel that way. And we are on Patreon as well. There's no commitments or anything like that to any of those things. They're just an added extra, but I appreciate everything you're doing, subscribing, coming along, listening, and all the rest of it too. As I said, we're going to get these live streams going every day again, and slowly and surely rack up the videos too, because that's what makes a big part of the channel and a big part of what you like to watch. And we see the subscribers going up again too. That'd be great. Anyway, I'm off. I'll see you tomorrow. Toodaloo.